Hello fam, it's Comfort Beach and Beach, and today we're going to focus on how we can update, delete, and search for data in our database. So we're going for delete and inserting for delete, excuse, and updating data. We're going to learn how we can do it in two ways. One from the user interface and the other one programmatically, that is by using SQL, structured query language. Okay. All right. So first thing first, you need to click on tutorial users. Okay. So when you want to delete data from the users table, that's an easy approach. So you just have to just click on delete here. You just have to click on delete, and then you just click OK. So you see one record has been lost here. So that's how we do it. That's how we do it. Okay, so now if you want to get rid of all the records, you just have to click tutorial, and then you just have to click empty here, empty, empty, and then all the records will be eliminated. So that's how we do it through the user interface, So now let's see how best we can do that from SQL. Okay, first thing, before you can do anything, let's insert the records first. I'm going to insert the records which I deleted. So insert into users. So there's an easiest way of doing this by just using rollback commands, the TCL transaction control, the transaction control commands. That's TCL. Yeah, that's TCL to do that so easily. But for now, let's just use the insert into the insert into, so that we can be revising through into what we've been doing. So insert into users, and then you list down the fields first: name, last name, email, email, gender. Okay, just a moment. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Gender followed by phone. And then what do we have to do here? We now specify the values that we want to enter. So the first value here for the first term is going to be Tzenge, followed by Sivali, and then followed by email. So it always has to match this order. Okay, so number three, field number three is emails, which is tislan@gmail.com. Gender, male, phone, that's something dummy. Okay, okay, so we have inserted the first record here. So now let's also insert another record. So to do that, just after the bracket, you just have to put comma, and then you also follow the same order. You also follow the same order here by just saying, by simply just typing in, let's say comfort, Chambeshi. Okay, with levels 04 at gmail.com, gender, male again, male. Okay, phone number 687938843. Yeah, so this is how we do it. In case you would want to insert multiple records, you just after the bracket, you just have to insert a comma, and then you start again by field. Starts again, first name, last name, email, gender, and phone. So we are done for these two records. I'm going to save this somewhere else. I'm pretty sure that we're still making some deletions. Okay, let me just open a new notepad here. Okay, so I'm going to click delete. Oh, sorry, go. I clicked go. So now we have restored our records here. So now we are ready to start playing with the SQL command. So that was a way of deleting data from our database. Okay, there's also another UI way of editing data from the database. It's easy. You just have to click on edit. When you click on edit, so let's just say maybe you want to replace this one with Morris, the first name with Morris. Let's say he made some mistakes here during the form entry. So now as you can see, we have Morris on Zeng. Also, you can just by just doing this, bam, and then you by just double clicking on by just clicking on it and then you hit enter. Okay, so even this one, in case if you're done to change it, you just have to double click, and then when you're done with your change, you hit enter. So now let's see how we can do that just from SQL, just from SQL. So let's go, let's do that. So it's easy. We have this formula which we need to obey in order to achieve that. So it starts like this. Delete statement. It starts with a delete statement and then from keyword, here the table name, and followed by the condition we should want to specify. So whenever you use the statement delete, you need to ensure that you also add from. So here what is this says is that delete, and then where do you want to delete from? So you just have to specify the name of the table where you want to delete records from. And then here you specify the condition to say, okay, my okay, so what I would want to say is these conditions must be matched. So when you say those conditions, let's say in an instance whereby we have these records in our database, and then we just want to say delete delete from delete from users where email is equals to itlevel04@gmail.com. So that is also a condition, something that must be matched with the records that are existing. That's a condition. The reason why we simply make use of the conditions is simple. Let's say the reason why we do it, the only concrete answer to answer to that is that we just want to ensure that uh, not all the data gets affected. You see, we don't want even other data to get affected. That's the reason why we use condition. So we only want specific data or records to be eliminated without including the innocent data. Okay, so now let's get back to the code now. Let's get back to the code. Okay, so we're going to make use of that same formula. We start delete statement, delete, and then we specify from, and then followed by the name of the table. So the name of the table is users, delete from users. So if we check, let me open another tab here. So if we check from users records here or rows, we are going to see that we have two records here. So the reason why it's dangerous to just write this to say delete from users. When you write delete from users, what that simply means is that you're telling your SQL to say delete all the records from users. You see, so if I click go, we're going to find that all the records in users will be deleted. So I click go, and then so if I try to click again on browse, we're going to find that we don't have any records here because we got rid of them. So likely we have this SQL backup here, which is going to help us restore the records. So I'm going to click go, then and then browse. Okay, so we're now good to go. So at first we were just typing delete from users. Okay, so with this, it simply tells our SQL to say our database engine to say, okay, well, I would want you to get rid of all the records. Okay, so now let's put the condition into work to work. This condition here. Okay, so whenever you have a condition that has to do with where clause. So delete from users where, let's say we want to, let's say let's say record let's say record number 2 is not making sense, where email is with level 04@gmail.com. So what do you have to do? Delete from users where email is equals to with level 04 at at gmail.com. Okay, so this is how we do it with a condition. So now here what they're saying is that only delete that record where email is equals to with level 04. So all the records that are matching this condition will get eliminated. You see? So if we had about 4 records with this email, then all the records could have been deleted. Only those records with this email. So let's say maybe we also have like another condition which would want, like I said, you just have to type in and uh, first name is equals to comfort, and first name is equals, so if I just say first name is equals to John and we don't have anything with the name John into our database, we're going to find that nothing is going to happen but the code to get executed. So 0 rows deleted, because here we are searching for a user with an email with level 04@gmail.com and first name is equals to John. As we can see, there's a record with email with this email, but the records with this email, is there any record with the first name John? If I refresh, nope. That's the reason why none of the data got deleted. Okay, unless if we just say where first name is equals to and first name is equals to comfort. This one should be able to work. But anyway, let me get rid of this and, but you just have to ensure that it's very important. This and is very important. Let's say in a scenario when you were searching for uh, multiple conditions. It's very cardinal in those aspects. So let me click go, and then by the moment I'll click go, it has shown 1 row deleted. So if I click browse, you have seen that that record with comfort has been deleted. Yep. Okay, so that's how we delete data from the database. Okay, so now the next thing here is you're going to learn how we can update data in our database. Like I said, through the UI, it's easy. You just have to click on the field here, or on the value. So like for instance, Zenge, let's say if I want to replace Zenge with Maurice, and then I just hit end, it has been updated. Or you can just click edit here and then you make changes. So this is an easiest way of updating data from your database. Okay, so now since our main focus here is on SQL, is with SQ, yeah, it's on SQL. So what I'm going to do here is I want to replace the yep. I want to bring back this record. Which I had deleted. So okay, so I want to bring back this record which I had deleted, and then just click go. Should be able to display. Okay, so this is how we do it. Okay, so now let's learn how we can update data in our database. Okay, so we just have to make use of this formula update, and then table name, table name set, and then field, no, let me use the word column name is equals to the value. Let me just say value. Update table name set column name is equals to, and then followed by condition. Okay, so this is how we update data in our database. So we just have to use the statement, the DML statement, update. First start with update, and then you specify the name of the table, and then what would you want to assign it to. This is what you'd want to update it to, assign it to. So this is how set works, and then you specify, okay, I'm not comfortable with that first name which you put in there, or don't you, or maybe let's say you have been an employer at the company has been promoted, so now you want to make a salary increment, so you can just say update the name of the table. Let's say this table name is employees set, and then you specify which field or column that you want to update. So column name, let's say salary is equals to, let's say it's now increased to 87,000 Zambian kwacha value, and then the value just have to specify 87, you just have to write in 87,000 kwacha, and then you specify the condition. Here's another precaution. So if you do not specify this condition here, it means all the records in your database are all going to get affected, are all going, so like in this scenario here, we're updating the salary from how it was to 87,500 Zambian kwacha. So here, if we do not specify this condition here, it means all the records are going to be updated with the salary of 87,000 kwacha. Okay, that's how this thing works. So now let's get back to the code. Okay, so now you just have to use this formula again, update. So what's our table here? Our table is users. Okay, now what do you want to do with users? Update users, set um first name is equals to let's say Maurice. Let's just say Walia. Let's say Walia. And then, so if I just put it like this without adding that condition, so whenever you have a condition, think of the where clause always. Okay, so if I just put it like this to say update user set first name is equals to Wadia, and then what's going to happen is all the records get affected since you have just specified. So, okay, from so in users table, I want first name to be this, you see, so all the records get affected. Like, let me open my other tab. So you see, the first name we have Zenge and Comfort. So by the moment I will just click go here, we're going to find that all the records are going to have first name Wadi. Okay, so all the records now have first name Wadi. So take this with a precaution. Only use this when it's necessary. Okay, when it's necessary, I mean. Okay, so update. Okay, so now okay, so after you realize, say, oh, these records have been updated with to us this to Walias as their first names. Okay, so now let's put them back to how they were. How do we do that? You can just simply say update users set first name is equals to comfort, and then the condition where 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 email. So you need to specify which field, what does that field contain. So here, let's say our field contains, which for this one which we want to update to comfort, contains this email. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just say where email is equals to which levels 04 at gmail.com. So here what we are telling our database engine is update users, set first name is equals to comfort, where email is equals to with level 04 at gmail.com. And then so if I click go, if I click on go here, you're going to find that one record has been updated here. One record has been, so you see we have removed Wadia from a record number with ID 5 having an email with level 04 at gmail.com. Okay, so now let's also revert back this one, which is Zeng. Okay, okay, update, update, and then the name of the table, it's users, set first name is equals to Zenge, Zenge, and then we specify the condition where email is equals to Tizlan at gmail.com. Let's say maybe you'd want like two conditions to match. Okay, so even this one should be able to work, but let's say we have a scenario where we are searching for like two conditions here. How do we do that? You can just type in add and ID is equals to, what's the ID of Zenge? Okay, browse. It's 3. So since 3 is an integer, you don't need brackets. You can just put it like this, and then it should be able to work. So now, what this means simply means is that update the user's table, set first name is equals to Zenge, where email is equals to Tizlan. Okay, so even same with this, maybe let's say you wanted to update about two fields or two columns, you can just separate them with a comma to say, okay, Zenge, and then you can just simply say, okay, so maybe you also want to update phone number. You can just say phone is equals to uh, something like this. So this is how we do it. And if you don't also update another field, you can just type in a comma and then and so on and so forth. Same applies to these conditions. Maybe if there was another condition, you can just add another and then you specify that condition, another condition here. So this is how we do it here. So here, this is what we're telling our database engine say, update users and then set this first name field to Zeng and phone number is equals to this one. Now, where? Okay, so this is where we're saying where email is equals to Tizlan at gmail.com. Sorry, here it has to be with levels if I can remember clearly. Since the reason why I've typed in with levels is I'm trying to, oh, it's Tizlan at gmail.com. Awesome. Tizlan at gmail.com. Awesome. Tizlan at gmail.com. So this should be able to work. So here two fields are going to be updated. First name and the phone number going to get updated. So I click go. So one row affected exactly. So here take note of this. So if I refresh, the phone number and the first name and the phone number going to change. So I click browse. You see we have now a different first name and phone. Okay, this is how we do update data in our database. So now let's also learn how we can search for data in our database. I forgot to show you this. That time we're dealing with the select or that moment you are dealing with fetching for data from our database. So let's say you want to get the records or query the records where the first name has a T on them. Okay, so we can just say all from select all from users where first first name, and then where first name. So we learned about all of these that have so far type, and then select offer. And then this time, if you are searching for some data, you just have to use the like keyword. So what do we have to say? You just have to type in like, and then double quotes, the percentage. Okay, so these are wildcards here. If you can just you can say where T. So that simply means that string can contain anything, but does it have a T after that? Does it have a T after the records that have been left out? You see, if you do it like this, it means uh, before that, how can I say this? Let's say, so before that T, does it, sorry, before this T character, does it, how can I say this? Mm, what's the best way to describe this? Okay, well, on that collection of strings, is there a T on the right side? Yeah, on the right side, and then when it finds out, and then it ignores the rest. That's what it means. But the best way when you're dealing with the search, you can just put in another percent here. Now this one is searching on, this one searches throughout the text from the left and the right side of the string, from the left and the right side of the string. So here, this one, it's going to be searching. Okay, does the first name contain T? So this is when you put these two wordcards characters here. What you simply mean is that we need to search for T's throughout the string. Okay, so if I do click go, okay, perfect. So if we check here in our first name, does Zenge contain a T? Yes, it's there. Does Comfort contain a T? Yes, it has a T. They all have T's here. So let's say now, if we're only searching for Comfort, maybe where first name like is equals to Comfort, com. Let's say com. For only com, what do we have to do here? We just have to click go, and then there's only one record where there's com on first name, com. So we searched for this com here, and here it comes. So this is all I had for today. In the next episode, we are going to start playing around with PHP. So these were just like the basic introductions to SQL. Since you're going to be using this same SQL now in PHP. So we're in the next episodes, we're going to start focusing on interacting with the database through PHP, the programming language, which we've been doing. And then we're also going to be displaying that data on our website templates. Yeah, that's what we are going to be doing. That's what we are going to be doing. And see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.